Alright guys, let me know if I am audible or not. Let me know in the chat box. Audible, alright. Alright. Alright, let's wait for other people to join in and then we will begin with the analysis. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat box. I will check those out. Home first stock. Yeah, we'll check it out. Give me 1 second. Make sure that the people who are watching, you like the stream as well. Just give me 1 second. Balkrishna Tata Power. Alright. Alright. So Bank Nifty is down. Why is Bank Nifty down? Bank Nifty is down because of this weekly supply right here. I have talked about it earlier as well. This is the weekly supply which led to the breakdown. Alright. So it is bound to react from this supply. Obviously the news is timed in a way that you think that it's falling because of the news. But the fall is because of the weekly supply. Alright. RBI news and all that stuff, everything is planned. So Bank Nifty is down because of this weekly supply right here. Now, why is it not falling more? Because there is this last demand, this wick right here. This is your last demand. So what is our range in Bank Nifty now? The range in Bank Nifty is very, very clear. It is 44,500. So this is the range. This top end is the range, which is around 44,600. And this is the bottom end, which is 43,500. So very clear 1,000-point range for the next move in Bank Nifty. Now another point in Bank Nifty is that it is actually much weaker than Nifty, which is not falling. So Nifty here, if you see, Nifty also moved back up to this supply, but Nifty is not dropping. All right. So Bank Nifty is much weaker than Nifty, which is a matter of concern because Bank Nifty might, continue the weakness on the downside. So it's already downtrending on the weeklies. The only hope is that it will hold the weekly EMA, which is this part. This is the only hope. All right. Otherwise, Bank Nifty is in a proper downtrend. So if you see this structure and if you see this area, quite similar. All right. So we can be in for a range bound price action phase in the market. All right. So Bank Nifty is weaker. Bank Nifty is at the weekly supply. So be careful. Don't buy any banks. All right. Now what happened to PSU banks, which were kind of stronger? Let's check those out as well. So Just a second. Give me just 1 second. All right. So PSU banks, they were stronger. All right. Let's have a look at the PSU index. So Nifty PSU, it was stronger and that's pulled back to the demand zone. So if I have if I have a choice to buy one of these, I will buy PSU banks. All right. If PSU banks start to set up here and Bank Nifty also starts to set up here, I will I will buy PSU banks. There is no doubt about it. I won't buy any banking stocks. All right. So let's have a look at the major PSU banks as well so that we have an idea of what is actually going on. So, okay, this is also back up. All right. So let's have a look at Bank of Baroda. So this is clearly downtrending. We have already talked about this one. This is one of the weakest PSUs. This is one of the strongest PSUs. So look at the difference which is built up. So these two stocks, they usually move together, but look at the difference which is building up here. So if I pull up Bank of Baroda, if you see both these banks together, look at the difference which has built up. All right. If you don't recognize these differences and you keep buying uh, PSU banks just off of their names, you will not make money in the market. All right. So from this point on, here they fell together, and after the earnings in Canara Bank, things simply just diverged. All right. So Bank of Baroda, I'm not saying it's bearish. It is not obviously bearish yet, but if the market continues to fall, it can easily break down to these levels. All right, which is around 170, 175. Right now it's at 195. Canara Bank, if it breaks down, if the market breaks down, Canara Bank will simply come back to the demand zones. All right. So big difference. You can ignore Bank of Baroda for the time being until the structure gets sorted again, and look at Bank of Baroda only after that. All right. Till then, there is no point buying Bank of Baroda just because PSU banks are setting up. PSU bank index is setting up. Let's have a look at SBI as well. SBI is also much weaker. Look at the fall in SBI. SBI was actually already downtrending after this breakdown. So again, if you see in SBI, this was a breakdown. See, this is why I say that the wicks, that the candle closing is not that important, all right? Because if you see what is happening, it went below, but it closed above on the weekly, right? So this does not mean anything. Once it is broken down below the demand, now until and unless this supply is taken out, it is bearish. No matter how the candle is closing below or above or whatever it is, all right? Once it has broken down, it is bearish until this supply is taken off. All right, a lot of people would have been buying this here, and now they are basically surprised on the downside. So be careful about these nuances. Trends don't start uh, after a candle close on a breakdown or a breakout. Trends start from the demand or a supply or from a big base. All right, you don't start from the breakdown level. All right, let's have a look at your stocks. Home First Finance. All right, Home First Finance is extended. Look at this. Look at the gap from the demand. It's too far up. Don't buy this. All right. You can find better stocks in this space itself, I think. Royal Salt probably illiquid, yeah. Avoid it. I cannot talk about it. It's also SME. So you'll have to buy it in a lot size. Don't buy it here anyway. It's not a good entry. Apollo Hospitals again, it is going up. I think we have had a discussion about it. Probably the weekly EMA. Now it's going up. Avoid this. It's too far gone. If you're already holding it, maybe you can, but nothing anymore. Tata Power. Again, you Okay, I think there was a gap in the uh, yeah, I think there was a gap in the stream, my bad. So you want these bases to form, all right? I was talking about Tata Power. You want these bases to form. You don't want to chase a move which is already happening. If you just zoom out on the chart and you look at the chart, you will see only two kinds of moves. One is a base and one is a one directional move. All right. One is a base, other is the one directional move. So if you're entering in the middle of a one directional move, you are more likely to be caught in a base. All right. You are more likely to be caught with the stock going sideways. To avoid this, there is no entry. I'm not saying so. Whenever I talk about a stock being extended, it doesn't mean that the stock is weak or the stock might fall now. All right. I just mean that there is no entry level here. A stock extended does not mean that it is about to fall. I only mean that there is no entry here. All right. You don't want to uh, enter in an ongoing move because your scope of making a gain, making some significant gains is very less. So you are basically entering in the middle of big trends. So um, let's take uh, let's take any up move. All right, let's say Tata Power is here. So if you are basically entering in the middle of an up move, audio is not clear. Give me 1 second. Is it clear now? Let me know in the chat. Should be all right now. All right, clear. Yeah. All right. So yeah. So let's get back to what we were talking about. So I was talking about a base being built. Also, people who are joining in new, just make sure that you like the stream as well because it helps with the algorithm and all that good YouTube stuff. So I was talking about a base, right? So I was talking about Tata Power. Let's just look at this chart itself. So let's say you are entering when it's already moving. You're entering when it's already moving. So instead of buying around these demand zones, you are buying in the middle of a move. Now you don't know when this is going to end. All right. So my trading strategy, it revolves around knowing if the stock is going to move from this point or not. I'm not concerned about how much a stock is going to move because that is not in my hands. I don't want to think about how much it's going to move. My personal trading philosophy is if I am buying at this level, is it going to give me at least some move from which I can be safe later on? All right, from which I can be protected later on. All right, which will protect my trade later on. I'm not concerned about how many percentage points will it move, what is the P ratio and all that stuff. When I'm buying a stock, I want to buy at a place where there is a very high chance of a move to start. All right, the move can fade in 1 day, 2 days. It can fade even on an intraday basis. It can spike 5% up. It can close back down. That is all right with me. I don't want to buy at a place where it has already moved a lot, and now I am not sure whether it's going to move up or not. All right, just because it has moved this much does not mean it will move again. Otherwise, if this was the case, no stock would stop ever, right? They would just keep going up. If they're strong and strength means that it will continue to go up, then things would just keep on multiplying, right? Stocks would just move like this. There is no pullback, no nothing. Stocks pull back because they're extended. Stocks pull back because they have moved. They don't move more because they have moved. They move because there is some demand accumulating which helps them move more. All right. So I don't want to buy in a spot where it has already moved a bit. It has already moved 5-10% from the last demand. All right, from the last area of consolidation. That is a very bad place to buy. You might get. I mean, you might. You know, let's take an example. So let's say you are buying the stock right here. Look at how far this is from the demand. So you might get away with these things in a bull market, but the point is, how will you retain your money if you are doing this in a bear market? In a bear market, this is going to happen. In a very range bound bad market, this is going to happen. You won't be able to stomach what is going on, because you won't know the reasons for the stocks falling. All right. So Tata investment, I bought it, but I bought it here when it was already in a base. It was already trying to break through the weekly supplies, and it was very well in a range. If you're buying here and the stock is already moving up like this is not a good spot. The demand is coming from this point. This is your area of demand. All right. So understand these differences. Even though you might make money here, you will lose money here. 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 You will lose money in maximum of these spots. You will lose money in all these areas where you try to buy extended. All right. So, and this is not a big move. This is just a 15% move. If you're buying here and it somehow it comes down to test the demand, look at how far the demand is, 11%. All right. So you are making 15%, and your technical stop loss should be below 11%. So this is not a huge move for you. You might cut it out at this level, but it can again go up after testing the DMA. So that is just a bad trade on your part. You're trading more for no reason at all. All right. So make sure that these differences are clear with you. All right. It's not about catching a move. It's about doing things which will work across the markets. All right. Catching a move is no big deal. Everyone makes money in a bull market. All right. But by the time they realize that the bull market has ended, it's too late. You are too late. And then it is the point to buy the dips again. All right. So too late. I've seen a lot of people buy this stock right here. What is the point of buying it right here? Obviously, okay, it's breaking out, but this area is your logical entry. We have entered here. We could have entered here as well. All right. So don't buy these things. You will take losses here. You will take losses here. Everywhere you will take losses here, here. In a bad market, you will take losses everywhere. You buy extended stocks. All right. So okay, let's look at some other stocks. Okay, Bal Krishna Industries, again, this is moving. You could have bought it maybe somewhere here. Now I wouldn't suggest it. And I think there is some supply here as well. Yeah, so there is the all-time high supply. This was made in 2021. This was actually a very strong stock in 2021. I traded this around 1200 rupees, which was somewhere here, 1300. So yeah, looks like it's trying to trend up again. You can obviously focus on similar stocks as well. Again, for the people who are joining just now, make sure that you like the stream so that every time I post something, it will come up in your recommendations. Equita Small Finance, okay. Equita Small Finance Bank is actually good. I was trading this stock somewhere around this point, and it's pretty good. But just know that your demand zone is just this point, all right? Maybe even lower, maybe somewhere here, all right? So instead of buying here, let it just come back a bit, let it cool off a bit, and then it can go again. Because the point is, it's already in the middle of this range. If there's a breakout, there's a high chance it will pause again at this supply. All right. I've marked 44 to 44, 600. Yeah. This is right. Yeah. So this is the demand and supply zones. That is right. So here to here. Yeah, it's good. Good. Bombay dying. Bombay dying again. This is floating in the middle of nowhere. All right. Demand is at this level. So this is floating in the middle of nowhere. Obviously, I'm not saying this is a bad stock, but not something I would buy. And you should probably not buy it as well. Cello World. Nothing here. Nothing. This is downtrending. This is downtrending on the hourly as well. Don't buy this. Until there is a consolidation around this area, the base is not complete. Right? 30 November candle in Bank Nifty, won't that be considered as a demand zone? 13 November, it's coming from the same demand. So if you see on the lower time frames, so this 13th November candle is coming from the same base. All right, so it's all the same. It's reacting from the same areas of demand. So this entire base is actually the demand. All right. So 13 November by itself is not a demand zone. See, if a demand zone, if multiple demand zones are stacked together, just use the last one. Just use the lowest one. That is the lowest point below which it will start to move down. Max Financials bought at 942. That is a good trade. I was also watching that stock. 942 is not a good trade. All right, 942 may be a bit too high. 942. It is actually holding this tiny demand right here. 942. Okay, not bad. Not really bad. Pretty good. Not bad. I mean, the best that could have been done on this chart. So that is a good trade. Baram Chini, we have already talked about it. Rushil Decor is extended, so when it's also downtrending. There's a ton of supply here. There's a ton of supply here. Avoid this. Too much supply. Electra Green Tech. Electra Green Tech again. See, avoid structures which look like this. So avoid structures which dip down, they go back up, and now they are doing this. Avoid this, all right, because it is very much susceptible to the reaction from the supply. All right, maybe fakes a breakout, forms a proper base, and then goes up. I can show you multiple examples. Let me check it out. All right, not in this stock, but it can fake a breakout, test, cut below these lows, test out some demand zone here. So see what is happening here is, this is your demand zone, right? This part. So this is your supply area right here. So this tiny range can expand into a bigger range. So what can happen is, it is already reacting here. It can quickly spike down if the market starts to pull back and then set up. All right. I think Mankind Pharma looks something like this. And whatever I talk about are very common occurrences. They don't happen. I'm not talking about a very specific scenario. They happen very often. So look at this. This was a very tiny range, pulled back to the demand, set up, and now it's going out. So it's just the range expanding into the bigger range. So Mankind Pharma fell down here, quickly went up, consolidated. Obviously, I tried an entry here as well because this structure is a recent IPO. Fell down here with the market. Market was very volatile here, tested the demand, and then started to constructively go up. So the structure looks something like this. There's a down move, consolidation at the top without testing out this demand, a quick move, and then a range expansion throughout this entire area. All right. So this is how you have to structure your trade. All right. Avoid these V-shaped sort of a move. This is not a cup and handle. All right. All right. KSB. And these are very valuable bits of information. You will see these happening all the time. Again, this is extended. Don't buy this. This is very extended. It might break out, but don't buy this. Jyoti Resins, I think this has also gone up. Or it was Jyoti something else. Okay. This has not gone up. I think the weekly on this looks really good. Yeah, so we talked about the weekly. Pretty good. You can maybe time it around this weekly chart. This is looking pretty good. Kind of illiquid though, so make sure that you are aware of what you're doing. HAL. Okay, defense is still moving up. Okay, so again, avoid these V-shaped moves. Don't buy these. All right, this is not something you want to buy. Let them go. It's reacting from the weekly demand. This is the weekly demand. This right here is the weekly demand. See what happens is, stocks which are bullish. All right, stocks which are bullish. So let's say there's a big up move. and then it's just floating up, creating multiple pockets of demand here. And then there's a market correction, it falls down to this demand. Now see, if it breaks this demand, it can slide down very easily. All right, so it can slide down very easily if this demand is broken. So stocks which tend to remain bullish, they will either form a range here, or they will simply take off from this first area of demand. All right, you will see this in multiple charts. See, look at this one as well. This is a big weekly impulse move, a big move, and then it's crawling back up. This is just crawling up, pulls back to this area and then starts to go again. This area is remained unfilled. All right, see, this is what happens when this area fills. It breaks, it will go straight down to the entire demand zone. All right, and it will form a range again. This was obviously before the move, before the entire move, but you get the point. All right, so this is why it's going up. This is the reason it's going up. This is your entire anchor for this chart right here. All right, Ramco, there are a lot of Ramcos. Which one? I think you're talking about the cement. This is extended. Is Tata Motors too extended? See, there is nothing like too extended. There is only, is it extended enough that I don't want to buy this, and I don't want to buy Tata Motors here. You could have bought it right here, maybe. I would probably even not buy this. You can buy it right here, and I think some people bought it in my server right here. This candle right here. All right, so to extend, see, extended does not mean it will fall, but if you're asking me if I can buy here, no chance. I wouldn't advise in any scenario. Web of Global is decent, but I want a range. It's tiny little range right here. I want to buy Web of Global right here. All right, this is still sort of a pullback mode. Let it break the pullback, let it go sideways. We'll then look at it if we try to get in. Escorts Kubota, pretty good, but this supply is untested. This supply is untested, so might pause here. Chart is pretty good. All right, Skipper ZF steering gear. Skipper is actually was in my watch as well. This is extended. I cannot advise to buy this. I'm waiting for a nice little dip, so I'll tell you how it can shape up. Waiting for a nice little move here and then something like this. All right, just to shake off the last participants, because a lot of people know about VCP now. Everyone thinks this is a VCP, which maybe it is. All right, maybe it is contracting, maybe it can just break out like this, but the real fun is when it shakes out around the demand and then starts to go up. That is where the real momentum kicks in, straight from the demand. ZF steering gear, yeah, this is very liquid. I cannot talk about this. Intellect design faulty base. All right, faulty base. Faulty base. Yeah, so this got corrected and it is setting up now. Maybe starts to go up. I think this was removed from FNO. I think this stock. There is no FNO for this stock anymore. Yeah. So yeah, pretty good. You can find your entries here. Might go up. Gold, SDFC Bank. All right, SDFC Bank. Gold again. We talked about gold. Pulls back to the EMA, starts going up. Monthly looks extremely solid. This is the monthly demand we talked about, and I think it's reacting from the. Okay, not even the weekly demand. Gold is very strong. Gold is, I think, ready for another up move, in my opinion. SDFC Bank. Nothing here. Don't waste your time in this bank. Jindal, okay, pretty good. If you bought on this candle, pretty good. 476. So this candle, I think, yeah, nice trade, good entry. USD INR. Again, USD INR, look at weeklies. Weekly is pretty strong. I mean, doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. This is your demand zone in USD INR. This area right here. All right, Titan Biotech monthly time frame. All right, again, the guys who are joining new, make sure that you like the stream first. Titan Biotech. This was a recent IPO. Okay, not a recent IPO. There was something else. Uh, Titan Biotech monthly time frame. Again, monthly. If you're looking at monthlies, it means you have kind of missed the train, because when it's extended on daily, people usually go to the higher time frame. So my suggestion would be, don't buy it here. If you're already holding it, this looks like an excellent chart, but maybe I would add this to my list as well. The chart is really good, but right now it's a bit higher. I would want another dip. Maybe with the market I can get another. Okay, so they have limited my watch list. Get out. Okay, this can get out. Okay, this is also gone. Yeah. All right. So yeah, pretty good. Not bad. NRB bearing. Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm watching it very closely. Rolex rings. Again, avoid this. This stock comes up in every live. I think it's contracting just all the time. Avoid this. This is now doing the same thing over and over again. Avoid this stock. Avoid the stock. It's just a waste of time. Dredging Corp, again. See, the demand is here. Many stocks which you guys are asking. Many stocks are floating in the middle of nowhere. I fear that one day this day is coming. All right. I fear this day is coming very soon. Small cap index is way up. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a sudden drop and then we continue up. I'm waiting for that day to buy multiple stocks. VSSL. This is also a very slow mover, I think. Look at all these. This is not supposed to happen in the bull market. This is kind of a slow mover, but chart is good. Chart is good. Not a bad chart. Pretty decent. Ajmera Realty. Again, this is one of a very one of the very strong realty stocks. All right. Although it has not broken out yet, it was actually stronger towards the end of 2022. This part. So this base is a very solid base, but obviously it's far gone. We will look at here. Maybe just wait for a dip. All right. Maybe just wait for a dip. Don't buy here. It is at the supply, far from the demand. Just wait for another dip. All right. Don't buy here. But prime securities at 153. 153 is a decent entry. Decent, yeah. Good trade. Not bad. Which area would be a good entry in? Okay, wait. Nifty, we have talked about Nifty earlier. You can scroll back to the first part of the live, so we can find Nifty there. Pfizer, don't buy this. Very slow mover. Horrible weekly. This is the last stock I would buy. RPEL, again a very liquid stock, illiquid stock, and I don't think there is any good entry here at all. Goyal Salt. Goyal Salt, the demand is actually this tiny candle right here. You see there's one wick here, one wick into this, and another wick here. So this is your demand zone. Rattan India. I cannot find this stock. Ratan India, probably Ratan India or something. Ratan India Power, yeah. Again, gone. Maybe you could have bought it in the base, but now it's gone. Actually, a pretty good chart, not bad. But okay, let's not talk about these penny stocks. I don't want SEBI to watch over me. TVS Holdings, pretty good. Let's just add this one as well. 360. Okay, I think this one is already gone, or is it not moving yet? Because a lot of people bought this one in my server. Okay, it's pulled back. Okay, so let's wait for the reaction. Don't buy it here. All right, don't buy a failed move from the supply, because that is the one thing which you don't want to do. All right. Do many pharma stocks move in general? I wouldn't say pharma is a fast mover. All right, pharma needs some kind of a multi-year bull run to move. Pharma does not really move very often. All right, when they move all together, which was the case after the 2008 crash. After that, pharma stocks performed very well till 2016. So for a good 6 years, pharma was at the top. I will show you guys that time period as well. So during this time, all right, look at this part. From 2009, pharma was at the top. So let it actually break out. I mean, that's broken out. Maybe there are some pharma stocks which might set up, but I am not really a fan of pharma. Right, mid cap, small cap pharma might do something, but all these stocks. Okay, this is not even moving. I think Oro Pharma is going up. Yeah, so very select stocks are going up. Lupin is going up, and Glenmark is going up. This is also going up. And Sun Pharma, what happened to Sun Pharma? This is also going up. So, but again, slow movers. Pilani Investment. All right. Um, let's just add it to my list. This is illiquid, so I cannot talk about it, but I think it's pretty clear. Zaggle. Zaggle is now gone. Zaggle is gone way up. Don't buy these stocks which have already broken out. How do you re-enter 360? You don't enter 360 again. All right, you enter some stock which hasn't broken out yet. So don't enter it again. Just find something which has not moved and buy that. Because again, if it goes up to the supply, it will have some pending supply at the top. So don't buy that. JK Cement again, too far up. Don't buy these names. Look, it's at the supply. It can fall anytime. We want to catch it off a base, and the base is also not that good here. Right. Uno Minda has become a slow mover after so many months of solid bull run in the in 2021. This was one of the strongest stocks. Even after the 2020 October fall, 2021 October fall. So this part, the market was crashing here. The small caps. I'll show you guys. This was one of the strongest stocks. Look at this part. Look at the difference here, and look at the difference here. All right. So this is where I traded the stock, but right now, I don't think it's. I mean, obviously it is bullish. It is obviously good, but there is no entry here. All right. There is no entry around this place. All right. So no more questions, I believe. Let's have a quick look at the index. Let's have a quick look at the other indices. Media looks kind of constructive here. What's going on here? Focus on media stocks. Might do something. All right. I think this one was doing good. Okay, already gone. Yeah. So all these small cap media stocks, they might be onto something. You can focus on them. Okay, this is gone. This is gone. FMCG again. Right. FMCG looks like it's about to move now. FMCG does this all the time. You'll see here multiple months of range bound action, then a move. Multiple months of range bound action, then a move. This is how FMCG moves. This is how it moves. Alright, so FMCG might be ready. Let's have a look at some FMCG stocks. Okay, this is now pulling back. And this is one of the strongest. This is the strongest. Nestle is also very strong. Britannia, I think Britannia is also strong. Yeah. So very select FMCG stocks. Don't buy ITC and HUL. All right, let's look at some other indices. Small cap, nothing to talk about here. I talked about this low right here. This was the time to start buying again. Pretty solid. Infra looks about the same. Metals was weak, and metals still are weak until this supply is taken out, or maybe even this one. Reality, obviously, the strongest stock. And I talked about Brigade, I think. Brigade being one of the underrated stocks. I don't remember if I talked about it here or not. IT is again IT. Focus on IT, guys. Big weekly base, breakout, retest of the demand. Now maybe IT is ready, and focus on the mid cap ITs, Persistent, Coforge, all these stocks. They are ready again. All right, so Power India. All right, very strong stock, very evergreen stock, I would say. Been moving up since a long time. So maybe if it dips down again, you can get an entry. Not at this level though. It is at the supply. So exit if already entered. You can hold it, but don't buy it here. You can buy other stocks. Auto sector. Auto sector is gone. Auto sector, we talked about this, I think, here. That is trying to move. Now autos are gone. Torrent Pharma in from 1937. Pretty good. Not bad. Sarda Energy from 222. 222. Okay, not bad. Good entry. Good entry. Pretty good. Aurum Prop Tech. All right. Aurum Prop Tech. I mean, weekly is very good, but you can find better IT stocks. To be honest, I traded this once. I bought it here. It was up 20% in no time, but then it came back down. So not bad, but you can find better. Right. You want to learn these technical analysis? You can Google my. I have posted my Instagram links on my description. You can find me there on the videos, not on the lives. Go to any video which I've posted, a pre-recorded video. You will find my you'll find my Instagram there. All right. You can DM me on Instagram. We can talk about what you want to learn. Taxoft again. Avoid this. We need a bigger base here. All right. We need some more sideways action. It was good here, moved up, but again, we need something. I am watching this stock because of the weekly chart. The weekly looks extremely nice. High-tech pipes. This is already gone. If you bought here, it's good, but now there is no entry. All right, so we will stop here as usual, and I'll see you guys again next week. And have a nice weekend. Have fun.